Hey guys, KILLSTARR here. I'm going to show you today how I use parallel processing on drums to achieve a fatter, beefier sound with your drums. Now, what I'm starting with is a simple kick and snare pattern, which sounds like this. Pretty simple stuff. The only processing going on right now is just a bit of gated reverb on the snare, which is on a send. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do is group the kick and the snare and send them to their own bus. The easiest way to do that is to create what's called a track stack. Just groups everything nicely, and I'm going to name that 707 kit. Now, for the processing, for the parallel processing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another bus. So we go bus on bus 3. I'll name that right now parallel drums. I will create its own track just so that we have a nice easy way to mix in the wet amount with this volume slider. In order for that to take effect, we're going to need to obviously send the whole amount at unity gain, and then we can mix it in with this slider here. Now for the parallel processing, let's go. First thing I'm going to put on there is a bit crusher, just the stock Logic one. I'm going to really pump that up maybe to 10 or 11 dB. Now it doesn't really matter how nuts you go with this, because at the end of the day we are mixing in the amount that we want, so you can actually exaggerate the amount of effect that you're adding onto this chain. So let's have a listen with some bit crushing on there. This is without, and this is with. Awesome. What I'm going to do now as well is add a little bit of saturation. I'm going to pop on the vintage warmer here, turn up the drive a little bit, make the knee a little bit harder. Let's have a listen to this. Alright, we're adding some beef to it now. I'm going to finally top that off with some compression. Let's have a listen. That's fine, that just glues it in nicely. So this is without, and this is us mixing it in now. Alright, let's go again. This is without. This is what we started with. And this is with parallel processing. Huge difference. The benefit of doing it this way, as opposed to putting all the effects directly on the channel strip here, is we get the original dry signal coming through. That preserves the transients and the dynamic range. The wet signal here on the parallel drums, that is adding all the punch and all the extra power without destroying the dynamics of the original samples. So I would definitely encourage you guys to try this out in your own productions, and let me know how it goes. I'm sure it will make a huge difference to your drums. Alright, peace.